What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today, we're going to be looking at the raise first in range for small blind, for final table, final two tables, both for vanilla and PKO. So this one we said was a good spot to fold. Let's have another one. So equal stacks, 50 big blinds, very deep. So like very deep, you don't raise very much, right? Just limp a ton. So like if you're very deep, you limp a ton, but if you're very deep and you're like first versus second, and then there's a 5 big blind stack, it's not gonna limp a ton. So I kind of want to like lay down the factors for because like the range for the small blind shifts a lot based on like different factors. Like think like stack distribution is a very important factor. Like for example, if there is a very small stack. I think that's one of the things that matters the most. Like there's a 5 big blind, you can't really go broke before him whatsoever. A shorter stack, actually, a very small stack, shorter, right? Okay. Right, so this one here, 7-5 off. I think this one we would probably limp fold. Where's the floor though? Like the floor is like probably this, right? 7-4 off doesn't seem like a playable hand here. So let's give it a little limp, right? Look at range, very, very limpy because we're very deep. So one thing we can say, like in general, if you are very deep stack, kind of, kind of a thing. This one, okay, so I don't think this hand is very interesting, but where's the floor here?
Um, Probably suited fives, offsuit sevens are what we're gonna fold.
So like 10-7 off. What do you do with that 10-7 off? There's a 9 big blind, there's a 12.
Ten seven
So
off might be good enough to go, but like worse sevens might start folding.
we're gonna get punished here, no?
Or maybe 10-7-0 makes a good raise fold.
Ace
It
fold.
depends a little bit if you want to use a calling range here or not. You probably don't use a calling range. So yeah, no calling range. Use a couple offsuit sevens as raise folds.
Offsuit sevens has raise folds. Okay,
Yeah, like 10-7-0.
really?
Because like stuff that's slightly better, you can just jam. Like 10-9-0 is definitely good enough to rip.
You would open jam 10-9 off with the 9 big here.
I mean, yeah, he's got to be worried about us as well. He's absolutely crippled if he calls. He covers us by one big blind. I think so. I'm very happy to be shown that I'm wrong, but I think it's kind of good.
Hey, and Tim, what do you do with the queen five suited here?
Rip.
Okay. Is there like the 7-5 suited? Do you stick it in?
Yeah, that's like a hand that likes like definitely 7-6. Artie's saying in the chat, no jams. We shall see. I might be ICM punting here. Yeah. It's like you could back off the aggression on the strategy a little bit, but 7-5 is a hand that's like gonna do well as jams because it gets so much dominating stuff to fold. In the worst case scenario, you run your equity against two overcards, but you never really get called by like, king seven, queen five.
Do we have a lot of limping here or like no limps? It's just like open jamming or folding or
I think we have a pretty robust. I was constructing it as all in and small raise strategy. The
okay.
alternative would be you could bring in a limping strategy. I think it's going to be kind of competitive. As you get like under 10, I think that disappears a bit.
And then roughly how much of the range do you think we're playing here? Like 80% range, 60% range?
A little bit less than 80. Just to put a number on it, 70-ish.
Yeah, like you gotta be ripping your offsuit sixes, no? Like 9-6 off. What do you do with that?
Well, the worst stuff would make good raise folds, right?
I don't
I don't
know.
want to be I don't want to be well, I mean, yeah, because you're whether regardless of whether it's all in and call or whether it's all in and a small raise strategy, the non all in one, the all in one is going to be the condensed one, and the other one's going to be polarized. So like you're going to either limp or raise small with aces and with your trashiest offsuit stuff with like queen three offsuit with 10-7 offsuit. So I want to
Wait,
have raise folds. I want to have raise
wait.
call offs.
Am I wrong thinking that a queen three off is just a rip? I wanna
Yes.
No, it's just
rip
not good
my
enough.
offsuit combos here, like king three off,
No, but
queen
not
three off.
not the trashy ones. You just needed it to be like good enough. So the ripping is going to be in the neighborhood of like queen 10, queen 9, queen 8 off, like around that neighborhood. And then small raises of both above and below, polarized.
Alright, let's
Now let's
have
see
a
it.
look.
Ding, ding, ding.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year
Hey,
to us.
Happy New
All right,
Year,
this is
all.
pretty good. I said 7-5
ooh,
suited was a good candidate for jamming. I said we wanted to use jam or small raise. I said our small raise strategy should be polarized. So you see it's your trashiest king low, queen low, jack low.
I'm
10-7
six
identified as a
off.
reasonable candidate. It's reasonable enough. Yeah, you're right though that there's some jamming down in the offsuit sixes. I was thinking more, min raising down there, like to use a
Huh?
range that's slightly more polar. Like I would probably jam king 9-0, king 8-0, and find a couple more small raises at the bottom. But
Oh, you Jam King now 9-0 and Louis will
I mean,
go
it's
after
just like
you.
it's hard to figure out what the checkerboard strategy is. Where there's like king 10 rip, king 9-0 small raise, king 7-0 rip, king 5-0 small raise. It's like whatever.
Yeah, so you're banking on them folding king nine or king ten or queen
I
jack.
mean, I would. You got a guy ripping 14 big blinds on you with six
Yeah,
people left in the tournament. You're calling off a queen jack offsuit. Like I'm folding more than this in the big blind against
yeah,
unknown. Like
but
I'm folding ace 9-0.
it depends
Like
where
against
you played them, cause some places, are gonna call off anything. And
I
then
agree.
my issue here is people call off anything and you do this still, it's like, it hurts.
see, you say people call off anything. I kind of would love to see some data. I think it kind of depends on whether it feels like big money for the person. That might be true in like a $5 or $10 that people just call off whatever. I think you get to
Or,
like a final table of a 109 and like
oh,
people are probably calling off too tight.
yeah, but, yeah. Well, you're talking about real games, I'm talking about, private games.
Yeah. And like Ditto Live, like no one's calling that stuff off like final table. Like I
Uh-huh.
think these call off ranges are actually too tight.
So very, very wide. You gotta rip 9-6 off here. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Alright, let's see a PK one. Okay, so now we cover. This is final table. There are some short stacks.
What is big blind risk premium here versus us? roughly.
Say that again afterwards. What is he? What?
What is the risk premium big blind has against us? Because it will dictate our strategy.
I think it's pretty high because he's
Very high.
ahead of like 3 stacks, so must be very high.
So 12%.
Maybe like 15.
15 is vanilla thing. Okay, so if it's so high, we don't want to have limps, right? Because if he has 15, can he even defend 9-8 suited versus 3x?
He might defend, but like that would be the floor. But you're right. I think that we're incentivized to not limp much here. We get a lot of cheap folds, which is very nice.
Okay, so like 13 big blinds is short, but not that short, right? So how do we approach this? Right, how do you play 9-6 offsuit?
Raise pure. Like if you say it's risk premium is so high as you say, then he cannot defend anything. As I understand. I study with spots a little bit. Frank will tell you. Like if he needs 10% extra equity, even Jack 10 suited, I don't know if it gets to defend.
Okay, so first off, like, do you have a limping range here? Or no limping at all? Yeah, I feel like there must be a limping range. Cause I
Uh,
don't
we're
think
not
you can.
mid-stack versus mid-stack, right? So seems like there's some limping, but uh, you still cover him.
Yeah, this
Probably
is the
don't play
final
too many
table. Want to put
Yeah,
pressure on.
yeah. You want to play a lot
It's
of limp.
like a heads we win, tails we get to play for it. Like when we just take two big blinds, that's cool. When he
Yeah,
calls and we get to play a pot, that's okay.
So we have a
I
wide
pers
raising range here.
Yes.
yeah. I mean, let's think about hands that like would never want to limp, right? Sorry, no, never want to raise, right? They would just want to limp. And honestly, like Jack 10, um, maybe a hand like 10-9, uh, King X suited would be like what I would not want to raise fold.
What about the 9-6 off?
9-6 off, you just raise, right? Raise it.
Okay,
What
Easy
about use
trouble,
3-0?
Do you sure this fold, man? Oh,
so a lot
it's
of
a easy
pressure.
fold, right? Yeah.
So
Just put some pressure on you. I send pressure.
Alright, let's see.
In my opinion. See, there's definitely gonna be limping, I think. Yeah. But yeah,
can
not
we?
too.
Man, those sicko jams.
I got a jam.
Just put King 6-0 in his face and dare him to call.
Yeah, can't call.
He can't
Like,
call.
you can't call King Queen even. King
Nah,
Jack,
no, he
King
definitely can't call
Queen.
King Queen.
I don't know. Let's see. See his range.
Why the
I think
limp?
it
It's because
like
PKO will limp so much.
I mean it's a mid stack versus mid stack. We've got high risk premium against each other. We can't really stack off too much without
Arturus, what
bad
was your question?
equity. He's a wide limb so much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? It was like 20-ish, 25% limping. It's like
Yeah, a
more
lot of
raised
green.
limping. So I don't know. Mixing. If you couldn't be bothered to implement that and you like ran a fresh pre-flop solve to
That's
have only open raises, I think it would be
I,
fine.
like the ball factor wouldn't be like insane, but I think it's pretty high this one.
Yeah, can we
Maybe
see it?
like
Yes.
Maybe like I would say probably something like 5%. No, not gonna be crazy, but because
Probably
it's still
gonna be
PKO.
here, right?
You can click the bubble thingy. It's hmm,
Where
maybe
is
just
my,
study. Maybe just
yeah,
click study. Yeah.
on the hat? It's gonna be on the
Yeah,
hat.
yeah, the hat, and then bubble should be good. Uh, all right. Oh yeah, and Tim says he will call a hand like king queen to a jam. Um, I don't know if you can. We can take a look since we're in the study. Like he's supposed to fold a lot of these off king X. 'Cause, like why king queen probably might fold because he jams a lot of ace X. So that might be one reason why we jam king six, king five, because yeah, he might just fold all the off kings. So okay, let's take a look at the bubble factor. Yeah, so I mean, what is it? Small blind, big blind. It's like 4% or something, right? Oh, big blind versus small blind is like 10%. Yeah, it's
Can we
pretty high.
see big blind defense versus Turks?
Uh, yeah, and jam, please. Like, okay, that's probably what you expect. Nothing
Uh,
amazing.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of three betting, jam some deuces, jam some sevens. You don't jam fives, you don't jam sixes because you don't fold that better.
That's a crazy clicking though.
Yeah, lots of clicking with like nines plus and ace queen
okay,
plus.
Jeremy, so how does risk premium work? It says
What?
it has
Okay,
10%, big blind has 10% risk premium. And then it says to defend, let's say, 8-5 suited versus race, which surely
okay.
doesn't have 60% equity.
What do you mean? As in, you have position, you are just calling a small. You're not calling all in. You're calling just the raise.
Okay.
So you're calling to hit post. If you go all
Yeah,
in,
I
then
mean,
you're
you're
sure
calling
stuff.
1.5 into a
Yeah,
pot of like 6.5.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
like,
You have more than enough equity to defend
yeah.
the hand, but not to call it all in. Risk premium only. Could you go all in and just see what he calls? Because
Oh,
That would
also,
be
do you
that would be
I
so
know?
kind of built
wrecked.
it. I kind of built it up too much.
No,
No,
the
no,
other
no, no.
way.
Sorry.
Small blind.
Small blind all in. Small blind all in. No, no.
Small blind open jam.
Yeah, yeah. There we go. Oh my God.
I mean, even that seems
Yeah. King
ambitious.
Queen folds. Yeah. Oh no. King Jack folds. What? King Nine folds. King Nine suited folds. Queen Jack suited calls. King Queen off fold. Holy crap. That is crazy. But you still call a lot. Like you still call it basically King Ten suited plus Queen Jack suited plus. Yeah. Kind of
Very
crazy.
spicy.
So suited hands are really strong. Nice, nice. Thanks. Okay. So we raised this one. Fair raise.
Okay, so
Yeah. I mean, from what I could
Jeremy
tell from the yeah.
or someone else, do you guys know how to adjust post-flop betting bet size to ICM value? So, for example, in ICM, two big blind bet is not equal to chippy V to big blind bet. How do we
Yeah.
adjust this?
Um, I mean, that's a very nuanced question, but in general, the sizes are going to be smaller. So if you're the big stack, you're gonna bet a lot and a lot smaller, a lot like very frequently, especially in position. If you're like a cover stack and you're in position, uh, and the action is on you, you're gonna be doing a lot of checking back. You're gonna be betting a few hands which need protection like very heavily, so you can like just. There are spots where you like just go all in on the flop for like 2x spot just because you don't want to see like turning river. But I can't really give you a general answer to that. But in general, just want to like make sure to know your preflop range, which is gonna be different because of ICM, and also to know like that you need to be very careful of not putting money in the pot, but in case you get check raised. So I mean, it's a very deep bet. Well, basically smaller, smaller sizes, not so much overbetting, not so much uh big sizes anymore.
Okay, this one, there's a 5 big here. But I don't think risk premium is that high for him because he only has 10 bigs. I think we rip a lot on him here.
We rip like we just rip like a lot, like a ton of heads. We can raise like Jack Deuce, min raise like Jack Deuce maybe, even that can rip. I don't know. I'm just going all in here.
Okay, so like
Uh,
you go all in with 90% range here, right? Because of the
dude,
short stack.
you have some induces with your aces, kings, etc. King Jack, I think just goes all in. King Jack suited, maybe you can induce, So pretty much that. Then you can fold the worst stuff.
Okay,
Reduce,
do you have
induce.
a limping range here or it's just
I would never play limping here, I think.
it's razor jam and then
Yep. Mhm.
we
A
just
lot of jamming. A lot of jamming on this loser with no
Yeah.
like
Yeah, he's got bounty as well.
and the
Maybe
bounty's not big, but it helps. It counts.
so strangely enough, like we might not jam as much because like we're just gonna like start raise calling a lot of stuff like uh you know like king.
Suited Broadway's plus kind of.
Yeah. Like even like random stuff like 10 jack. You might see like a hand like queen jack off, raise call, who knows? It's a PKO, crazy shit can happen. But yeah, because like when we jam in PKO, we don't have as much fold equity, so a lot of hands like 8-7 suited will sometimes not jam, right? Because this get calls much better. But King X would be King
Although,
Deuce.
like you said,
Yeah.
it's close here. So we did pretty much identify it,
Uh,
right? It's like suited Broadways can
yeah,
raise. Because I was
pretty
thinking it's like stuff
much.
that doesn't mind playing out of position. We're not deep
Mhm.
here, but you still want to like flop something. So like
You
Queen 10
see,
suited is pretty
yeah.
nice to flop something.
So so we pretty much nailed it. But like Queen 7 suited is like raising. And is it folding to a jam is my question. I'm very
Oh, it's
curious.
gotta be because it's polarized. I mean, it's very polarized. I
I
mean,
would,
if it's
I've seen crazier things, but yeah, it probably is supposed to fold, right? But so weird.
yeah, like top hole
Why
calls,
would you
bottom
not
hole.
jam it? Why would you not jam it then? So weird. I don't know,
You
man.
have a couple blockers. It's like you're just
Uh,
using bluff blocker
true.
value, and
Let's
then
see, let's see. So raise to queen seven off. Yeah, I mean it has to fold, right? Yeah. Jam, and then you
you're
fold
just
to queen
cooked. You're up
seven.
against ace X and
Oh
king
my
X.
God. Okay, so this is a beautifully polarized range, right?
Yeah,
We
perfectly
call
polarized.
queen eight suited, queen nine suited. So the induce is queen nine suited, jack nine suited, 10-9 suited, all inducing, and then just calling it off. Very nice.
I have
Yeah,
a 10 and a 9, sir.
yeah. And the bottom of the range just fold. 5-3 off can jam or raise fold, I guess. Very nice. Yeah, I like this one. So don't ever fold like suited. Don't ever like raise fold suited connected stuff. Essentially, like 10-9 suited is a nuts.
so okay, so if there's a really short stack, we
Huh?
get to what? Rip 90% range?
Yeah, pretty much because of the ICM pressure, right? Can rip or reduce, but basically like raise, or jam 90% range, and it eliminates any calling
Alright,
because why would you call? But
back to vanilla.
mhm.
Final table.
Oh, there's a nice
I
spot.
don't,
Let's see what everybody says. I
yeah,
think
it's
I think
very
it's a
deep.
limp, feels like
I
a
I
limp.
think
think
it's
it's
a
a
limb. Really?
ah.
Pretty bad.
I don't think so. I feel
Wanna
like it's
raise.
got a raise here.
All
I would be
right,
surprised to see it limping.
all right.
I would lane ace, king, ace, queen, ace, jack. You limp jam?
Okay.
Mm, limp jamming, it's okay. We're short, but stacks are a bit evenish.
We have
So
the lowest risk premium, right?
yeah, definitely. I mean, it is lowest. It's still pretty significant at 9 players left with a lot of deep stacks. Like it would really be a shame to just like 30 big blinds on fire.
Yeah. Okay, so oh, there's a
Both,
lot of
everyone's right.
them. Okay, so because we're so deep, we have a wide limping strategy.
Oh, was it limping? Okay, no, raises and limp, right?
Like half of the time. So a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
So
Fair
is
enough.
it
Yeah.
is it necessary to build the raising strategy here, or we can play range limp?
I think if
I
you
don't.
do block range limp, it would be okay. I mean,
Uh, I think it's fine because every single hand lives, right? Not a single hand that doesn't live.
you'd have to
Mhm.
adjust like your
Yeah.
frequencies downstream. Like you'd have to, come up with like a little bit even more three betting, and that's okay.
Yep.
People don't either know about start raising more often with value.
Oh yeah, Frank has a very good point. That is actually the key, right? So against like a passive guy, you can basically just ignore. You
Here
just start
you
raising your
also
value hands.
block, yeah, you also block the combos that they're going to find the most natural raises with, right? Which is
Yeah.
a strong ace. So you're gonna have to do the work yourself here. Like I would rather limp kings here than limp aces.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so for this one, we just click. We call plenty as well. Right, he pumps it off. What does he have?
Calling makes sense because once he went for that like micro four bet or whatever it was, or micro three
Mhm.
bet, it was what, 7 big blinds went in and we had 21 behind. So like, yeah, SPR 1.5.
Mhm.
Okay, final table, very deep stack. So since we're so deep, I guess we're just gonna limp a lot, right? And then
Yeah, yeah.
we don't
Yep.
have much risk premium here.
No, it's fallen a lot by 4 players, and with us as the shortest stack, it's also pretty low.
So you
On
mean we start
raising,
raising
yeah.
more?
Yeah,
I mean, we just play closer to Chippy V, right? Like we just play a bit
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's
more
like,
loose, not as constrained by the pressure of not busting.
but to Arturis's question of raising more, I mean, it cuts both ways. Less ICM means it's okay to raise more, but deep stacked out of position means we're not that excited about raising.
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
they're cutting different
Jack,
ways.
yeah. Jack nine itself also the hand itself just doesn't generally raise too much, by my understanding.
Yeah, I would go for stuff
Most of
that's
the limbs.
slightly worse,
Hmm.
but
Yeah, yeah.
Jack 8 off or Jack 7 off.
Yep.
right. So say you limp and then he clicks you.
He ISOs, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. We
So
okay.
a little bit of offsuit aces, a blocker here, a king, a queen. It
But the
does that.
offsuit aces, yeah,
I
the
don't know
limb tree bet is
why.
very good. In what?
I feel like it's using offsuit nines a lot for like limp raising.
Is this selecting random stuff that's like the bottom of the range, right? So is this
Yeah, I mean, you
taking
can
like,
pretty much
okay,
see the like perfect polarization. It's everything that's at the
yeah,
stone bottom of what you're going to continue with. You can just raise it
yeah,
instead. It's worth
like
0,
no,
whatever.
just because you think about this, right? Like we limp raise for value, jacks, queens, kings, aces, right? And ace, king, ace, queen, blah blah blah, so on and so forth.
But it's
So what
just
does the solver
freaking
do? It just takes the bottom shit,
the
king, king,
bottom with the
eight,
blocker, yeah.
queen
And the
nine, jack,
offsuit, yeah,
whatever,
exactly. A little bit of suit
and
matching,
just
offsuit,
throws it
worst
in there, like yeah, suit matches some suits,
queen
queen
X.
deuce gets in there,
And
is
it
simple as
does like a
that, you
little
know.
bit of fanciness to like prevent itself from being exploited. It's like
Hmm.
Jack 9, King
Yeah.
8, King 7. So you're like covering different like
Yeah,
covering different boards a little
exactly. It
bit, but
kind
like
of
it's
does a little,
not
yeah,
yeah,
a
it's not
little
the
bit
most
of board
important.
coverage, board coverage, weaved in with the, the selection
Exactly.
of hands. We're humans, we just we just pick a few
Just pick something that
hands.
seems kind of shitty and you can
Yeah,
bluff with
exactly.
that.
Yeah, just flip a coin and who cares? Like,
If you're
doesn't
sitting
matter.
there with King 6 offsuit and you're like, fuck this guy, then you can admit it. It's cool.
Yeah, for sure. Like play exploitive, just
Okay,
overly aggro.
so here PKO, we're very short.
Mhm.
Final two tables. So I don't think we have much risk premium here. We probably have the lowest risk premium because for the shortest stack.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay, I mean, you faced a similar spot in your one of your recent FTs. Why don't you tell us what to do?
yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah,
Very similar spot.
very similar spot. Yeah, this one you're covered, right? So it's slightly different, but
Yeah,
so what should we do? First of all, are we limping? Yeah.
yeah, probably no limping at all, right? And then
Oh,
how wide do you jam? I guess you jam like,
I mean, fairly linear, right? We
So
have no
what do
like
you
fold
do?
equity.
I don't know. I
What do
feel
you,
like we jam a ton here. Like we must jam very, very wide, no? Because he's
We
he's calling even wider, no?
are we jamming a hand like eight, nine, like 8/7 suited,
Suited definitely, but offsuit.
seven
Uh-huh.
six suited, 7/6 suited?
Definitely. Easy jam.
Okay.
Probably probably
Okay.
like
Let's see.
suited eights,
Let's take a
offsuit
look.
tens.
Let's take a look.
I'm more like trying to follow the ball. Where's the ballpark in the offsuit line? Like what's the worst line of offsuit hands we jam here?
I'd
Like
say like
offsuit six?
king tree, maybe king deuce makes it in because it's a king,
What about the line of
Uh,
offsuit six, like 9-6 off?
I'm never jamming those hands. I'm just folding them because it's
Because
a
we're
PKO.
covered and we
We're
call them.
covered. We're gonna get called. We're gonna lose. They're like
What about the
queen deuce.
offsuit sevens, like jack seven off? We gotta rip
Jack seven probably you rip it because it's like
because
decent enough,
base
but
card
Jack
value.
six gets weird, Yeah.
10-7.
So you want to go high card. You want to go high card. 10/7, you probably just like fold. I think.
Okay, alright.
Like, I think I would not rip 6/5 suited. I would not. I'd probably not get the rip 7/6 suited. I
What
don't know.
about 8-3 suited?
Well,
Just fold on. And then eight
uh,
Yeah.
five, you stick it in.
maybe not.
No.
No,
Maybe not.
maybe not. 8/7 is close. Probably gets in, but like
It
other than
doesn't
that,
feel close to me.
because we don't have much fold equity, right? So it's like when we rip it in vanilla, it's because he's folding like hands like Jack three, Jack four, sorry, those hands. But like here, he's not holding as many of those hands. He might still hold
Uh-huh.
Jack four, but maybe not Jack six, not maybe not Jack six,
Yeah,
maybe not Jack
yeah,
seven.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying? Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, I see that effect.
yeah.
I see. So maybe less suited connectors because he's calling a bit wider and more like eye blocker type of hand.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, absolutely.
Ah,
Two cards, two like base cards, always good. Queen ten. Jack. Yeah, let's see. There you go. Boom. Wow, we don't even ship queen. Yeah. King deuce gets it in, right? King deuce off because it's a
so
king.
we do have a limping range here.
Uh, I mean, the limping range is just very
It's
uh,
trash, right? You're gonna limp fold all
it,
the
it's
bottom.
it's like trash with premiums, right? Because you don't want to just jam your aces and kings and queens. That's the only reason why. So I think honestly, this limp range is like a little too fancy. I would just
Yeah, but
basically
that
jam a
eight
fold.
seven suited is in there, 9-8 suited is in there.
Yeah.
Those
So
hands
notice
that you were
notice they
right. You
don't
don't really
jam.
want to
Yeah,
rip.
they don't jam. They don't jam. If you hover jamming, maybe it's like might even be negative EV.
Hmm.
Uh, if you hover it, might be able to see. But yeah, like this. pretty much you see like 7-5 suited pure fold, 6-5 suited almost pure fold. Like all these hands are just like 8-5 suited, not even in the realm of considering to play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you hover the what you call it? Yeah, 8-7 real quick? I mean, it's almost like 0.1, like very, very behind the call or fold in terms of EV. Yeah, see 7-6 minus
Yeah,
0.08. You
course.
cannot jam these hands. Yeah. Cannot jam these hands.
Yeah.
Jam and he's still call like Jack 6 or something, and you're kind of sweet. But yeah, so King Deuce really good.
Okay.
In
Okay.
Yeah,
So
jamming like you're saying, you start jamming 7-6 suit, you're just exploiting yourself.
in
Like
PKO, yeah. In vanilla, go ahead, just
exactly in
jam
PKO.
all day.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just yeah, all in.
I always wonder what to think about this. It feels like there's when I see a spot like this in PKO, I'm like, God, it's so hard to get it in good to get value, but you
Mhm.
get more value at the top of your range, right? Like you get so much
Yeah,
value. People calling you
I
off with
mean,
shit.
it's like you can see the bounty as maybe sometimes it's a good thing because when you have like King 10, they're gonna call you with like 10-5 suited and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, so it can work both ways, right?
Yep.
Perspective thing. Could we see the calling range real quick? Just jam and then see what he calls off. That's pretty interesting. I
the
would
coffee.
say, yeah, I would say he calls a lot. I'd say he calls the same range.
King 3-0.
Oh my god, yeah, King Trio, basically the same range, right? Jack 6 suited calling, 10-6 suited calling, 9-6 suited calling, 6-5 getting there, Queen 8. No what? This is why we don't jam like 10s like 8-5 because nothing folds.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Now
All right,
back
vanilla
to
hand.
vanilla.
Back to some normalcy.
Here. All right. So there's a shorter stack. Four left, so ICM is a bit lower. I don't think we want to give out free lunch. I think we're gonna have a wide raising range here, right?
Okay.
You don't do much limping here.
hmm
Kind of deep though, but
hmm
hmm, 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 hmm.
Oh,
We
so we
gotta
raise it,
pressure
right?
him. Like risk premium is on him, right? With this arrangement,
Yeah.
so we gotta raise wide. Like what?
Question is, do we jam or do we just raise?
I don't think you jump 22 with a lot of suited end.
I don't know. Maybe, but I'm not saying it's a jam, but like, I'm thinking about it
22 is
because
too
if
too much to jam, no?
you fold out a lot of good stuff, so I'm not gonna jam at Queen 3, the thing, but like I would jam like Queen 5 for sure suited, Queen 6 definitely jamming. Um, Queen 3 you raise and then you expect to fold against a 3 bet, you know, so
Mhm.
that's the problem because we got quite a lot of equity.
Oh,
It's jamming. See, I knew it. I
oh
knew it.
my.
My suspicions were backed up by the solver, right? So I will
Okay,
miss the
so
jam, but like my instinct would be like, fuck, I want to jam this shit. This just folds so much better, and you don't want to raise fold it. Yeah,
okay,
so
so I
good,
think
like
okay, so I don't know if this makes sense, but I feel like this comes from the fact that he's kind of tied with the last, right? And then if he
uh-huh.
loses a hand, he's gonna basically become last or be really like I feel
Oh,
like
be knocked out,
yeah.
right?
If the
Yeah.
big blind has like is close but a little bit ahead of the shortest stack, he's gonna we get to play very aggressively here, very aggressive.
hmm
So how to phrase that?
I mean the range is not that crazy. You know? It's just basically jamming a lot of the stuff that doesn't want to raise fold. And he cannot call a lot of stuff. So because like I mean he's third in chip, right? So even though we're like slightly covering him only, like the full equity is just so insane that we can just like pretty much still jam a lot of these hands that are really good. Hands that don't want to like raise fold, you know.
Right, so say you limp, it gets to jam with this range or mid raise. So say we face a jam, this is our calling range.
Then call queen 10 suited. Okay.
Well,
Very
maybe
fun.
not, but like,
Wait, do we play any limp? We did. We do play limp, right?
yeah. And then
Okay.
say he clicks us. Okay, now you get to stick it in with the magic king 5 suited, king 7 suited.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right,
And the ace deuce, you know, suited, but ace three offsuit probably three bet
so
all in and fold.
if we open jam, this is the calling range. And then if we
Yeah, very
min
tight.
raise. If we min raise, this is gonna be the range as well. Then. He sticks it in. Get the call with. Ace eight suited, they stand off.
Pairs
And
are
if
really strong.
he clicks us. We jam range. Oh,
Wow. No, we jam. Yeah, we jam all our continues. Okay.
right, so you can stick it in here with the queen three suited. Very good.
Yep. And don't fold Paris. Pocket fives is like super nutted. Okay, same thing. Let's jam.
Yep.
30 bigs.
30 bigs, too much to jam, right?
No, just jam, man.
You wanna jam?
Yeah.
We have him pretty locked up, first place versus second place.
You,
He's pretty wrecked. It's a big jam, but it's a good spot.
I'll have a jam, yeah.
Okay, can you jam range here or you can't jam range? Can you?
No, not range, but like queen eight suited would be one of the hands I don't want to raise fold, right?
It's really nice to steal the pot from better offsuit queen X. Like
Yeah.
he's never calling queen, I know, and
Pure
to know
call,
queen jack
pure
O.
folding king queen off. Pure
Yep, to king
folding,
queen O. Exactly.
yeah,
How much of a
exactly.
limping range do we have here? How do you construct the
Zero.
strategy here,
I
actually?
think zero
Zero
limp.
limping. He never gets a free pass.
Yeah.
Never.
Because he's under super ICM pressure, right? Like he's
Hey.
under like crazy ICM pressure.
Yep.
So he cannot. We don't want to giving him like easy checkbacks. Don't want him to realize his equity. So I would play raise,
So,
jam, or
okay. And
of course,
then,
yeah.
how much of the range is playing here?
Uh folding probably the worst one. So like maybe 90, 90%. I don't know, something like that. But probably don't want to be playing hands like Jack four and stuff like that. So what's that like? I'm not very good at the percentages. Probably like say
85 pips, you could.
83%, 83%,
Yep.
something like that.
I think that's
82%,
in the
you
range.
know, sounds about right. You're not gonna play like 6-4 off, 7-4 off. Definitely not those hands. Maybe even tighter, you know. So maybe like holding 20%, I would say 22%, something like that. Because it's
Okay.
like kind of deep. So we play
I
like
feel like, I don't know about jamming queen eight here.
it does feel a bit scary, right? So it's
Yeah,
between
But think
raising.
about it from his perspective. You're just gonna get a lot of folds. And like
Yeah, then we do it.
he wakes up with the miracle ace king, like you have
What's
two
the,
life cards and you're like
yeah.
38%
What's
clear.
yeah? What's the worst that can happen? We just wrong. We're just wrong, you know.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
That's good.
Actually, the worst that can happen is, uh, yeah, we're wrong.
Yeah, it's all in, yeah.
Right. How can we construct the strategy here? So like
Okay.
risk premium is really high, so we can raise a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of all-ins, some raises. The raising is hyperpolar. It's stuff that doesn't mind playing a pot out of position, so that's like suited broadways and like jacks, tens plus, and then some like offsuit, the shittiest couple of the offsuit blocker hands. And then most of the rest of the range, a lot of it is just ripping. I really want to play zero limps.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, and how
Ripping.
can we phrase this? Like, because he's ahead of the two other ones, we
I mean,
get
yeah,
to rip
it's
a
all
ton
just
of
it's all just
them?
ICM pressure, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
his risk premium is very high, being in second out of fourth place with a sizable gap down to the third and fourth places.
Mhm.
And it's asymmetrical too. Like, you know, getting an all in and losing it for us means we get to spin up our 10 big blind stack. You know, we still have a chance. Him playing an all in and losing means GG. So that's like, it seems scary for us, but it's scarier for him.
Mhm.
How
Very.
how tight is the big blinds calling range there?
Extremely tight.
Extremely tight.
Yeah.
Infinitely
What
tight.
pairs? Tens and above?
Painfully tight. No,
Solver
pairs are strong. Pairs are
Solver calls
strong,
off a
but like,
little bit more than tens,
yeah,
but
pairs are
like,
strong.
yeah, but it's still not much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
pairs are just really. But like, other than that,
And so yeah,
probably
your
folding a
equity is
bunch
just
of,
like
yeah.
your backup for when you do actually have to, you know,
Yeah,
C5
with the, yeah,
cards. Most of the
for sure.
time you get a fold, and it's
Yeah,
two free big
it's
blinds
enough.
that
Yeah, it's a
you walk away with.
lot of EV.
Yeah.
Because guy is folding Queen Jack, Queen King,
Quick
folding
corollary. I haven't played a live
maybe even
final
in
table in a
ace.
while,
Yeah.
but if you're playing a live tournament where the big blind is still playing a full big blind ante and it's not, a 10 to the
Uh-huh.
big blind per person, that means you should have even more rips here, right?
Wow, yeah, because there's
Taking it
more
down
money in
is
the pot,
even
right?
more important, more dead
More
money.
money in
Yeah.
the pot, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I heard heads up, big BBNT, you're supposed to play every hand.
It's
Because
psychotic.
it's a,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, big blind.
I saw from some people they switched like at a small number of players to having a small blind size, like a half size big blind ante, which kind of
Oh, that's
makes
nice.
it work.
I
Like
mean,
they switch it either 5 or 4 players, but I think that's rare. Most people aren't doing that. Just use the full size and
I don't
YOLO.
know, never played live. Probably gonna be fun to adapt, if I ever do.
Because we fold
But
so much, right? We think we can jam a lot because he has to fold like king, queen, and
yeah.
so on. Okay.
Yep. And we really like,
Oh,
oh
they're
my
wrong.
God,
See,
shut up.
see, I told
What?
you we could be wrong, guys.
At least
Yeah,
it
so
did. At least it didn't happen to me. Like going on a tangent for 5 minutes and then clicking, and then it's not that
There's no
sharp.
range.
I
There's no
told you, I
range.
told you. What's the worst
Usually
that
it
could
falls
happen?
on
And most
me.
are wrong.
Usually it falls on me. Okay, so no
No
jam.
jamming, no jamming. Don't jam
What?
30 bigs when it's like 20, 10, blah, blah, blah.
There's a
I mean,
sliver. It's down in King 4 suited
oh shit. Damn, King 4. Who'd have
or
thought
All
King
that?
4
right.
offsuit. Sorry, King 4 offsuit.
Yeah. Okay, so like maybe it's just like 30 bigs.
But also, you see the equities run close. It's 0.12 versus
I
zero point
mean,
0.1. Like, it's not even that crazy.
I don't think jamming is like a big mistake. Probably is fine, but like probably the way the solver does it is that once it stops jamming, then like once it stops jamming, it just doesn't want to jam at all, right? Because then your whole range doesn't play any more jams, and then it balances it out with like a bunch of limping instead, right?
Yep.
So it's not like I can just like, oh, I'm just gonna jam ace five, ace six, ace seven, and then I'm just gonna like start limping the rest, right? Because it doesn't make sense. Because when you jam, it's gonna know you could have fucking ace seven. So
Right. So let
so yeah.
let let's see what happens when we
Uh,
limp, and then he
could you check
decides
the
to.
risk premium real quick? Because I think I suspect that our risk premium is just very high against it. Yeah. 9 1.46. And yeah, so we have a high risk premium against him. We're not doing super great against him.
So it's this here.
Smaller versus big blind. So we're 9.3%. He is plus 16.6 against us. So maybe if we had 100 big blinds, we would be jamming, you know? But we have 39 and he's 30. Oh, he has 29. Much more scary to just jam it in with Queen 8.
Okay.
I would imagine we play more jams if we had 100 big.
I think if you change one of or two of the variables here, you're going to see a very different strategy. And like if you take him down to
I
25,
mean,
yeah, I
yeah,
bet we'd all of a sudden see a lot more
for
jams.
sure, because it's like final table, right? Change one thing, everything changes. Deck
Yeah,
size, the
30
range
felt
is
like,
like totally different. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh shit, crazy. Oh,
Right. So we
Oh,
limp, he raises, and then what do we
sorry,
do
one more
with it?
thing. And also might be misapplying like I think you see more of that strategy when there's still like 8 players left because ICM is just so much higher. And so like
no, I mean, here's a screenshot. I found a range on GTO Wizard. I mean, you can open this one up. Well, I'll take it. So this is the same thing, almost the same setup, but this guy has 40 bigs in the big blind, and we have 130 bigs. Look at the range. Kind of. So there's no rule that we cannot jam 40 bigs. The rule is just that we don't want to jam when he has like 30 and we have like 40, and we're under a high risk premium.
Too deep to
This
do
one,
that, right?
this
So
one, our risk premium against the big blind is like 2%. So we jam like crazy, even though he has 40 bigs. We jam
so
five
yeah,
bigs.
it's not
We
too
jam
deep.
four
I
tree
would
off.
say
Yeah, we
the
jam
spot that
four
we were
tree off,
looking at
dude.
was too symmetrical,
Yeah,
where each of us has a
three
lot to
deuce,
lose.
three deuce off is jamming in this one that I just laid.
Yeah, and the spot that
Okay,
Jeremy shared is so
yeah,
asymmetrical,
yeah.
and
I'm
that's the
like, I have
difference.
130 blinds. I don't care. Three deuce off, all in.
Yeah,
I got
right.
40
Like
blinds.
I'll double
I
you
don't
up
want to
with
jam
Jeremy.
queen eight suited, man.
Don't
Like,
worry about it.
I'm not jamming queen eight suited. It's crazy. Yeah,
Yep.
very cool, very
and
cool.
and this happens because our risk premium is very low, right?
Yes,
Yeah, asymmetrical.
his
Theirs is
his
high,
risk
ours is
premium is
low.
very high, so the risk advantage is very pronounced, and hence we can do a lot of out of line jamming, uh, and he can do nothing against it, pretty much. So yeah, gotta estimate, gotta get good at yeah, coming up estimating the risk premium in game, then try to figure it out from there.
Okay,
Uh,
here's a funny one. 5 bigs,
yeah, good, good.
covered,
Okay.
9 deuce. I mean, I'm folding, but I'm wondering, 9-5 off has to play, right?
No, I think we just fold.
9-5 you fold,
I would fold.
okay?
Covered, I would fold. Yeah, I would jam like maybe 9-8, 9-8, I guess. Probably
So
not
not,
much. Yeah.
where's the floor? How do you find the floor here?
Go by
Question.
feel, Just gotta think like what am I covered? Yeah. What's my risk premium against him? Pretty high.
Is it not low? Because we're covered
No,
and we
no,
have
no,
nothing
not
to
low.
lose?
Sorry, like both of us have like very e-
Yeah,
equal risk premium against each other. Put it that way, right? Because
yeah,
we're both at risk.
yeah.
He covers me, so he has slightly better odds. Then, which means I jam a little bit less because now I don't have access to his bounty. He has access to my bounty, which is the big only main difference. Risk premium wise, it's like kind of the same, very similar, right? So I would jam less. He will call up a little bit more. That's how it would be, you know. Still very wide. Probably jamming like queen or any offsuit queen. Most offsuit jack X down to maybe jack four, jack five,
So
something like that.
is this a spot where you pick more like blocker hands, like, I don't know, jack three up versus like 6-5 suited?
I think jack three is a little bit. meh because the tree unblocks a lot of his good hands. Six
Okay.
five suited. Ah man, I don't know, man. 6-5 suited probably just.
Which one do you prefer, 6-5 suited or Jack 3?
Uh, I prefer Jack 4 over 6-5 suited.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that
Let's see.
because Jack 4, Jack high.
So there's
Jack
no way to
5.
construct.
Jack 5. I mean, Jack 5 is a cutoff, yeah. Jack 4 is a little bit off. Okay, I mean the pseudo connector stuff still kind of gets in there. So that's pretty good. So being connected, I guess, uh is still very valuable. Yeah, 6-5 makes a decent amount. But 8-4, no. 7-4 is break even. I mean, now that I think about it.
Okay, so
Jack 6-5 at least
9-7.
has equity when called, yeah. 9-7, 9-8, 8-7. Before
Okay,
8-6.
9-7 before like 8-4 suited
Mm-hmm. Or 10 deuce. That kind
or
of thing.
10
Like
deuce.
connectivity really, really cool. Suitedness is really good. Still, but still like high card value. Look at like Queen
What is
Deuce.
his calling range?
Like I said, Queen Deuce is like getting it in, whereas in
I think he's gonna call really wide.
vanilla,
Yeah,
I think it'll be the same. Yeah, like very similar ranges for what I understand.
Oh, so we again see we call same stuff that he jumps with.
Yep.
yeah.
Pretty much that. We don't call. See now we don't call like 6-5 suited, because we just don't want to call it. All in, yeah, 6 high. But yeah, so slightly different.
So
Pretty much the
equal
same range.
stacks, gonna limp a lot. Right,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
just,
What if we are 20 big blind deep?
limp a lot as well, I think.
Okay.
Like, I think equal stack makes it so
Yeah.
that. But let's just verify that real quick. 20,
Symmetric.
where is it? Do you see it?
We can quick symmetric. Where's the what button? Yeah.
Okay, no, at 20, you're just taking a toll on him. So. if
So
you're-
where is it goes counter your heuristic you wrote, where we jump only if the gap between risk premiums are large, only when we jump wide. And here there is no gap between risk premiums.
Well, at
Make sense?
40, no, it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Let's keep on working on it. Alright. Let's see some PKO. Next one. Okay, 10 dudes. We actually just seen it. Very funny, huh? Very funny. You fold 10 dudes here.
You sure?
We just seen it, no?
I don't know, it's so different here.
You'd
Like,
rather have like Jack 4 off here, Jack 5 off than 10 dudes. This is the spot, no?
maybe. Peter, what do you think? You see, the previous scenario, we were 400 and two short stacks. Here, everyone is short stack and it's 900 or whatever. It's mega different.
Yeah, sure, it's different, but
Yeah, and he's calling us so wide for like a bounty with 6 big blinds. So
we
I think
still
you're
go
trying
with,
to get it in here.
still take 50% range and that's it, right?
Probably
Okay, movie
10,
actually.
10-7, 10-6.
So
Yeah,
how
no,
many
he's
big
nice.
blinds is worth the bounty here? Like 2 big blinds?
We don't know, blind
Hard
level.
to say.
One
Yeah,
point
I don't
five?
think we can really calculate that based on what we're looking at.
It's
It's
worth
1,000 players, so.
0.4 big blinds. So it's worthless. I thought it was worth a lot more.
It's
Okay,
the 15 blind?
so. Let's guess, how much of range do we read? Like 70%?
All hands with an ace, king, or queen.
That's very nifty here. 45%.
Oh no. 65, 70%.
Uh-oh. 70%. That is like 10-5
Yeah.
low is 70% no?
Suited sixes, offsuit eights, and any hand with an ace, king, or queen.
I feel like offsuit sevens, you gotta play here.
7-8-0?
9-7 off, Arcturus, sticking in.
No, relax.
Yeah,
You got
nine,
6
nine,
bigs,
eight off.
Arcturus. 9-8, offsuit eights, you say.
Yeah, off.
I'm
Suited
offsuit
sixes,
seven.
offsuit eights.
We gotta fight
Any
with two
card.
sevens here. The lucky sevens, I mean, what about 9-6? I'm not okay with 9-6. But I'm okay with 9-7.
9-7 maybe.
9-7, look at this.
Go.
Okay, 9-7, I somehow find, oh, but the 10 deuce here is,
Yeah, it's any card. Oh no,
uh,
it's not any jack. Most queens though. Like all the queens, most jacks.
10 deuce is in here. And then the calling
I mean-
range must be very similar to the jamming range, right?
Yeah, it's bottom of range. If you miss 10 deuce here, it's not the end of the world.
Okay, so. All in. Queen eight, jack eight is the floor. Queen three suited, jack seven suited. Okay,
Much tighter than before.
yeah,
Yeah, it's because everyone else is shorter, so the risk of ruin for someone else getting it in on a later hand is higher.
Yeah,
Like
but
next hand, 3 guys could bust here, right?
yeah, but does sim consider that? I don't know how it's calculated. 3 and 7? How is it 7? For a small blind, it's for who? Yeah, why is it so high? Who is here? What's up with 7%?
because we're covered. So. He's still calling a little bit more because of bounty access. Has a little bit more incentive to call us. So we're at risk, so.
So we play like vanilla here. Pretty much. Okay, okay.
Let's see this one.
Do we have raising range?
Yes, we do. Arturas. Do you jam? King eight off here?
No. What do
Why?
you do? Like it's 3x fold? I don't know how to consider.
It's too many big blinds to jam, right?
Yeah, here we are. Look, we are 600. My spot was 3 maybe 100 or
I
4.
know, I
I don't.
know, I know. Let's figure out our strategy. So. who's the risk premium on? It's kind of on us, right? We're gonna be out of
Yeah, so
position.
do we get to raise non-pairs here? Like ace king, ace queen?
I
If it's
think
on us,
ace king, ace king, ace queen, ace jack are the perfect limb jams at this stack up.
Okay, so we have no raising range apart of tens plus, right?
I think we do have a bunch of raising range, like queen nine suited plus, for example. All that stuff, I feel like it's good enough to raise call.
Queen nine suited?
Wow, yeah, it's raising for sure, right?
No, no, Peter, stop him. Stop the madness.
You guys are, what do you do then?
So first we figure what do we do with ace king? If we limp jam it, when we don't like when we raise only pairs, it's more about risk premium, the way I study it. Is like
The
if
church,
big blind has 35 big blinds here, we don't raise anything that
the
is
church,
non-pair.
church is just limp jamming every time. It's the perfect
Okay,
spot
so
for it.
yeah, so we have 3% raising range and that's it. And you construct when limps here.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. We are dead last, which is more confusing here for me. It depends how aggressive big blind will go after us. I don't know. Okay, so how I construct here, I do 3% limp and sorry, 3% raise and jammer fold the rest of range.
Okay, so
So very
what's,
little jamming.
what are the factors?
It's something about risk premium. I have no idea yet. I'm not able to articulate yet.
Okay, have a look.
Oh, it's 7% maybe raise. Yeah, so we raise ace queen. That's where we misidentify. Because we are dead last, right? So we want to induce.
I don't know. It's a tricky spot because we're dead last, but also people are pretty close overall. So really like no one, I mean the ranges, the risk premiums are all like 9, 10, 12, 13. They're
What
all
the
high.
It's like GG Millions. If you watch Tenki, everyone is sim stack.
Yeah.
So we need to learn this thing.
Interesting.
So what can we say about this configuration? Like risk premium is very well distributed around the table because of stack distribution.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I mean,
then
I think probably a lot of us are missing a lot of these jams in game. Like who wakes up here with Queen 4 suited and is like stuff
I
it.
agree. Perfect. Yeah.
But then also probably raising too much. It's kind of sweet to see some cheap flops with like 8-5 suited and Queen 7 off. Like those hands don't mind seeing a flop for cheap.
alright,
So
so that
why are so 3x range is so polar, roughly polar. Is big blind very aggressively free betting?
I would say probably no.
So why does it look like that? Why do we want to raise queen three, jack five?
Oh,
What
I mean,
does
I
it?
think I think the raising range is always going to be like really polar.
Okay.
I think the all-in
But we know
range
what they say is like we
is.
don't expect to go post flop when we raise here. Like why do we want
What do you mean we
what's the
don't
reason
expect
for
to?
being polar here?
Well, I mean, I kind of don't understand the thrust of the question. Your
So
all-in range, it makes no sense for it to be polar. It's part of the advantage
uh,
of being polar is that you know, you get to like have further action in response to your opponent's actions. So like even if they're not hyper aggressive, they're still going to have some three bets. They're still going to have three bet bluffs. And then you want like a range that responds well to that. So like your
Oh, because
top
we don't
of
want
course
to fold the
does
nine
well.
suited if we raise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
part of the thing
exactly.
is like
Exactly.
our range is just really, really wide here. And in a wide range, it's hard to have lots of polarization.
Yeah. Although the thing that you classically see with blind v blind is, if you see if you see an all-in range, you'll see the non-all-ins both above and below it. That's like just every time. That's very typical. So we're doing some all-ins here with like I saw like some king 10 offsuit or whatever. So then
Maybe
stuff
we,
that's a
yeah.
bit better than that, like ace king offsuit, too good to rip. Raise. Stuff that's worse than that, king 3 offsuit, too bad to rip. It's like absolutely torch when it gets called. Raise.
Oh, also, if anyone is not aware, I'm not sure when, but we always range check every board and BVB when. But I don't remember if we raise or if we limp. We range check every board as a small blind. I can look it up in detail again, but it's like
Say
very
that
common.
again, Arturas?
I can say like very clearly into ours, but now I can say only from memory. So if we free X, for example, no, it cannot be right. So if we limp, we always range check on the flop here in ACM.
Okay.
Any board, even if it's ace deuce or something. Maybe that's the only exclusion, but it's very weird. Like something about this additional required equity. What we start with checks.
Right, so say we open jam, let's see their calling range from the big blind.
Show
Right.
versus 3x.
Say we 3x,
Yeah.
if we 3x, it's supposed to be very clicky. 6x. Then it's against 6. Oh, we rip a ton against the 6x because it's very polar.
Makes sense or not?
And then, good luck. Good luck.
And look at the ratio of bluffs he has.
Good luck finding people doing this to you. Maybe
Yeah, I agree.
maybe you can find one guy somewhere.
If
Right.
I'm at your table.
All right, here, back to PKO final table. Okay, so risk premium is gonna be very high. Right, so back to the notes here. So figure out risk premium based on stack distribution.
Okay, so no limps here, right?
He's gonna he's gonna bring hell on us if we live because of this guy.
Oh, but he covers us. I don't know if we can min raise. Usually it's very heuristic and PKOs we don't have raising range when we cover, but in ICM I don't know.
That's right.
Here one. Huh.
I think another thing we see like ICM PKO is that the higher the bounty power is on the small blind, the more jamming you get to do as first table. But I think this one jams. What do you do here with 9-6 offsuit? You gotta fold, right?
Oh, yeah. 9-8 off. Or 10-9 off. What do we do?
10-9 off.
So we start very aggressive jumps or what?
Stick it in. Stick it in 9-8. Yeah, you gotta stick it in. 9-7 is the real tough.
Okay, and 9-7?
Yeah, 9-7 off.
Oh, let's say fold. I don't know. And okay, so what do we do with aces? How do we construct?
Aces, Either way. No, you just stick it in. You just have a stick it in range here. You don't have a limp, you
Oh.
don't have a min range. You're nine big blinds, you just stick it in. You're covered.
Peter, you min raise aces or limp?
Huh? No min raise at all, I think.
No, we have to split. Like it's if you,
I don't feel like we need to from nine big blinds.
on a 5, yeah, on a 9 or 10 or 8, 7 even we can split.
It is splitting. Alright, so 9-7 off is the hand that is in the mix, so. You gotta play the offsuit eights here.
Very difficult, very difficult.
Alright,
So basically, takeaway is that PKO final tables we play more like vanilla and ditch PKO concepts or what?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because. The bounty is less of a factor, although it still is a factor, right? Still is a pretty big factor when the bounty power is high. Well, not really, but kind of. Like alpha big, you know? Is alpha big important with ICM? Probably.
Do we have jamming range here? Do we jam
Open
eights or
jam.
not?
Open jamming. Nope, too deep. 24 big blinds feels like an awful lot to jam there.
Yeah, but we get destroyed when we limp. We limp whatever we want to play, but still.
Do we limp a lot?
I
Yeah,
mean,
we don't
but you
have
say we get
raising.
destroyed. If he's gonna bounty hunt us wide, then we get a lot of value.
Nothing about one. Oh, it's final two tables, right?
I think we get to raise it. No, if we raise, he ships on us, we can't do anything. He's just gonna take our money. Right? So we can't raise that often on him, cause he's gonna, he has a very easy way to punish us. Right? With like just a blocker or some stuff. So. 24 though, is he gonna ever punish us for 24? Make it 3. It's 20 more, definitely he's gonna punish us.
So do we limp call or do we limp jam king queen, for example?
Wait.
Or
Here, because he covers us. And he covers us by a lot. And then we're ahead of. Like the sixth. Our risk premium must be extremely high, right?
no, because it's final two tables.
You don't think our risk
10%.
premium is very, very high? You think it's
No.
like,
10%, 7, 10 maybe.
okay, I thought it was more like 15.
Like if it's final table, you have like 20% risk premium, which is stupid. And you can stack off like jacks plus only. But it's final two. Anyway, I limp call this and I have no idea if it's good or am I supposed to limp jam?
I do think it's a tricky spot. Yeah, because Louis, like you said, if he's gonna jam a range on us that like makes the king queen O indifferent, that sucks.
Yeah,
So if you limp, you can just limp call. But raising's not bad.
it is still limping so much for king, queen, it's impressive. Yeah, look at the
Range
range,
is
we
mainly just limping.
are just limping a lot. Oh, look at this, you do have some open jams here with king 7 off. Huh. I know
And
somebody
the
would
small
like that.
pairs for like 20 something big blinds, like deuces, threes, fours is not gonna go wrong.
Very chippy range to be honest.
Yeah.
Except
All right. Okay, back to vanilla. This one, king seven, what do we deal with? So there's a cutoff 13. Which means we have a pretty high risk premium.
I cry here. Guys, help me. I blow money at these spots.
Yeah,
Final table. We're under a lot. I mean, a fair bit. We're second from last. There's a big gap between the stacks. He covers us by 2x, so he's very much still alive if he snaps us off and, you know, and doubles us up. He's not that worried about it. I think that means we need. Ugh.
So
I think this hand we'll have some all-ins for sure. We're short enough that there will be all-ins. I think this hand is like borderline all in, but it's not really good enough. And it's probably a raise small.
that's my
Uh,
spot with King 8 that Louis is
yeah.
referring at.
The thing is, Tim, if you raise small here, he can punish you so hard.
well, but then this counts as a bluff. Like this is like a king low. So this is a reasonable bluffing candidate for us.
Not too low. But
I think it's a bit awkward as a call because like it's not really bad enough to just call and then fold to a raise to an ISO. Because like he'll be ISOing stuff that's a lot worse than this. But you don't really want to limp call it either.
Okay,
Your limp
Yeah.
call
I,
range would
I
be in
think
the
I
like
know here.
Jack 10-0 kind of territory.
I think this is the top. Like this is like the best hand that you limp fold.
Limp folding is crazy.
It's crazy, you think?
yeah,
Because I
but
think he ISOs a bunch of stuff that we dominate. I think he's ISOing
That's right.
ISOing stuff as bad as like 7-5 offsuit, right? Jack 7 offsuit, King 3 offsuit.
I agree with you. It's not gonna go well very often.
Well, but like we structure, like we structure our range in response to his, and he structures his in response to ours. We want to limp fold stuff that is just cooked. That's like the queen 3 offsuit is just like has no hope.
I would
I
just
mean,
fold queen three offsuit here because we have high risk premium.
I mean,
yeah,
fair
it
enough, but
was.
you get what I'm saying. Like the stuff that's
Yeah.
at the very bottom of your VPIP range ends
I
up being
felt
a
like
limp.
this is it. This is king seven.
No.
I don't
No,
wanna play king
bottom of
five.
your VPIP range. This is like a top 40% hand. This is like better than average hand.
Yeah, but
With the high risk premium, is it really?
I mean, it's still a better than average hand in the deck. Yeah, this is still like a top 50% hand.
So
who
what
is
can
the
we say
thing?
about it? High risk premium, covered,
Louis,
yeah?
if we had the 25 bigs, oh, but it's different scenario. Well, I will limp fold, but on 17, I like raise.
Okay. So you both are saying raise, right? I'm more like limping.
I'm more
Yes.
like listening. I have no opinion.
Alright.
Everyone's right. It is too bad to go all in, but you want to VPIP it.
Yeah, that's what. And what, we limp fold?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
the top of the limp fold range. That's what I said. Then
I mean,
raise,
King 8 folds, right? As well.
oh, even the eights. Eights here. Between the
Yeah,
top.
that's where I moved.
You get to turn it into a bluff here sometimes too.
Yeah. Again, you know, the first pass for what you should do when you get ISO'd, is it above or below your jamming range? That's the the easy question.
Okay.
Anything that's better than a jam is like never folding to an ISO. So like you jam king seven suited. It's like king eight suited plus can never fold just to an ISO raise. Gotta continue somehow.
We're still jamming a lot. Why is that?
Explanation.
Because you're the second shortest stack.
You can get folds.
So that means I thought our risk premium was pretty high, but it's probably not that high. Then.
What, 7%?
I mean, it's high, but also, you know, you gotta play poker.
So it is really high, 12%.
Oh, yeah, I'm lost actually. I go find king 5 suited jam. It didn't make sense, but in solver, I don't know. It's more like Tim heuristic king 5 suited to what? It's under our open and we raise fold or what?
King 5 suited, easy jam, no?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. Yeah, yeah, it is.
Limp, raise. This one we can bluff, we said. Okay, a little 10-5 off here. Correct.
Chip PV.
I don't know, man. This
So
is kind of a shitty spot.
who's the risk premium falling on here?
He has very little because he's in
Yeah, he's
last
more or less.
place. He's gonna die anyway.
So we need to be kind of respectful here, although we cover.
Chip PV. 8 for off. Does 8 for off jump?
No,
I would fold, I would think.
about
So 8-5
9-6 off, 9-6. You play
Yes, no.
9-6? I'm folding 9-6. I'm playing 9-7.
What do you mean?
And are you limping 9-7 or are you jamming it?
I'm jamming.
Yeah, okay.
What do you play with? What do you play in 9-6, Arturas?
I'm talking about it for you talk about 9-6, so
Yeah, 8-4, you wanna rip? For sure
that's
not, right?
close.
Ah, okay then.
8-5 like is close. Probably 8-5.
Ouch. So why here?
Yeah,
Chip PV.
it's probably zero EV though, right on the cusp.
I mean, money is money.
No, 0.2.
Offsuit fives, take it in. Yeah. Okay. So raise call, no, raise, take it in.
Raise
Very
jam,
tricky.
Oh
queen.
yeah, I was wondering, you didn't show.
What? Very ambitious.
Uses also limp jam.
Ooh. Okay. But we're the big stack.
Oh, it's PKO. Oh, straight up raise.
9-6 off, what do you do? Do you have a lot of limps, like over 10% or not? Feels close, it's not clear if to implement limps.
We're kind of deep. But he needs to be cautious here because he doesn't want to trade place with. So I think his risk premium is really high based on fact we cover him. And then the fact that he's ahead of under the gun. So those two things makes his risk premium go up. Like
Okay,
the
so
fact
no limp.
we have a big stack and then the fact he's ahead of the short stack.
Okay. I don't know, for me it's still not 100% clear, but. He's like, you see the problem here, that he's kind of tied with one on the short stack. Everyone else kind of far ahead. If averaged,
I think we raised a lot there. I'm just
yeah,
raising
the
a lot.
question is how much we limp
Yeah.
now.
Actually, no, we limp a lot as well because we're kind of deep.
You just said he has large risk premium, but we don't do it. And kicks out, I think, his jump. I don't like race.
No, I think we
What?
raise.
I like raise.
Okay. Oh, so we okay, show stretch. EV
Three
is
equal
safe.
evens.
Okay, who has big brain and can explain?
Look at all that jamming at 22.
We cover by a lot.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So why do we limp queen 8, king 8 suited?
I
To
bet
protect
you,
our
look at the
looping range.
response. I bet you were expecting some ISOs from dominated hands.
They're gonna be limp calls.
Yeah. If we
If you
limp, let's
look
look at his
like
ISO strategy. It's gonna be
King
worse
8,
and
Queen 8 are
the
gonna
offsuit
limp
stuff
call.
too.
Yeah, 10-4 Jack Deuce suited is going to limp fold, right? The stuff on either side of the purple is one is your limp call and one is your limp fold.
Okay, have anyone done post flop here with ACM when I assume we lead like every board, right? For a large size.
No, not the big blind boards.
He has no boards. Every board is our board, no?
No. There's plenty of big blind boards, low straight boards, low pair boards. Low turn,
Okay.
low straight completing turns. There's plenty going on for him. You need to respect him. Kind of.
And we
But
see
you're
some.
right, if there's a bunch of Broadways, probably at your advantage.
Can you plug in? I'll help you. One board.
And no. Um, mm, 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 mm. Right, let's do one vanilla.
Okay.
I want to mainly raise just with the
No.
strongest jacks.
I thought it's a spot where we don't want to have raising range.
So it's
If we
the
have it,
same.
it's like splitting.
No, it's
I
the
mean-
exact same spot as the last hand, Arturas. We cover the big blind, okay? And then
In fact, cover all players.
he's ahead of everyone, so we can really, really take a toll on him here. We raise like
And this
what?
is
So you say we raise 30% range?
No, I think we raise like
more.
85%
More?
range. 80% range?
And I think with this specific hand, it's just so easy because against any three betting range, we're just gonna get all in, right? Easy.
It literally goes against every heuristic I've heard. Two cheap leaders don't want to play big pot. And we
But
don't go
who doesn't want two
it's
more
like,
than the other one? That's the thing. Who doesn't want two more than the other one?
Oh.
It's like it's not symmetrical, right?
yeah. Okay.
And even if it is symmetrical, even if it's perfectly symmetrical, if we're tied, it's still a game of chicken where the first person, go all in gets to dare the other person to torch by calling us off and they can't, right? Like so there's an advantage to the aggressor in a game of chicken.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we
I mean, I'm
cover
sure
by
the
so
solver will find
little.
limps. Yeah, there's still limps, but
If we had 40 big blinds, I have no problem.
it's just thoroughly polar. You just raise with your best stuff and then like a boomerang and shitty offsuit.
So if we cover by very little, we play chicken a lot, or how do we say it?
I think you're using both strategies. I think they're competing with each other. There's a let's not torch too many hands on a marginal spot strategy. And there's a, maybe I have aces. You want to play a pot strategy. And they coexist. It's like
Then
not
it's
all one
also
or the other.
affected by how many people are left and how much disparity there is in the stacks too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good.
But yeah, like with even with big pairs, of course they're very strong, but they're often going to end up on river in somewhat thin spots, like there's not that many runouts where you bet flop, bet turn, and you like the river card and you jam river for value. So if you can get, I'm not saying just be afraid to play post flop, but if you can get all in, it's going to be very profitable.
Okay, so here, like the both factors are present. Okay, so we cover him. So he has a big risk premium. And then there is a short stack and he's well ahead of him. So really high risk premium for him.
I want to rip so bad.
There are
You
rips
sure?
before. I mean,
Yeah.
we saw that we're gonna guess that queen five, queen six do it, but I didn't see whether 9-6 did it.
I think this is in the range. Yeah, I think so.
I don't hate it. I don't hate ripping this.
I mean, the fact, the ICM pressure goes up the shorter that short stack is, right? Like if he had one big blind,
yeah,
then
and he has to
that's
fold everything.
extreme. Exactly. So there's a dial there. 10 is very short. Big blind should really be thinking about can I just fold five more hands and let 10 big blinds get it in somewhere?
How wide is our ripping range? Is there a ripping?
Yes. Those are ripping range at 24, I say.
Tim just said it. Come on.
Yes, I agreed with Tim.
I think it'll be the usual suspects. It'll be an arc, from the low
Holy
smart
macaroni.
I have 100% of hands.
Yeah, VPIP 100%. No free walks.
Holy macaroni. And even for a big size 3.5.
And then
It's not like
so
2.5.
much jamming here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
An awful lot of jam.
Perfectly not balanced raising range. Sure has this defense versus our raise.
Let's
It's gonna be tight.
how
It's
much
gonna
of a
be
risk
tight.
premium you think he has here?
If what, it's slow.
Over 10,
15, you're
15,
joking.
yeah. And look at us, we're at 3.5. That's extremely asymmetric.
You.
Okay, so let me just, I think we all know this, we've been studying this all session, but we are big stack. We're pretty well ahead of the second place. We're way ahead of this guy. This guy's well ahead of the fourth place. Fourth place is very small. Every single one of those factors plays in, right?
Yeah.
Very interesting little session today.
Yeah, need one more. Sure, defense. Okay.
He's gonna have a hyperpolar, like small 3-bet range.
It's different spot, I think.
If there's time before we go, I have two hands from a final table that fit in with this that I'm not sure if I jammed, that I'm not sure if I played them right.
For sure.
Okay. I have them on easy replayer when the time comes.
Right. So yeah, we raised 3.5. He's gonna raise stuff into like king low, ace low. Yep.
Wow.
Just ace low.
You know, sprinkling a king 8-0, king 7-0, king 6-0, king 5. Yeah, it adds up. And then
Right.
it's like queens can call, and it's kings plus really for value.
Alright, we got some nice notes. Copy, chat, paste. Oh. Here. Alright. Alright, so on this, we're gonna wrap it up and we're gonna watch Scotty's hands. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Have a good one. Happy New Year.